Hi guys, it's Gigi. So today, do I have a story for you? So this story is one, like others on my YouTube channel, that I didn't know if I was gonna upload or not because it's like really outrageous and like crazy. But then like obviously as time passed, I was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So I decided that I was gonna do a video on it. Let me just start off by saying, I know you guys probably saw the title. I do not have a sugar daddy. I've never had a sugar daddy before. Oh my God, let me just start the story. So I had never been to Vegas before, and to anybody who's been to Vegas, you know it's like a crazy city where everyone is drinking and there's like so many hotels because it's all touristy and everybody comes to have a good time and party and go crazy. So you can only imagine what happens at night. But my story does not start there. My story starts in Toronto. So I was going to LA for VidCon actually. This particular traveling day happened to be really, really busy. I was just standing there texting, doing whatever I do to pass the time, and I see this guy that keeps staring at me. Like whenever I would like look over my phone or, you know, like check something in my bag or something, I would always glance up and his eyes would always be on me, like always. And it wasn't like a kind of thing where he was trying to hide it. Like it was just straight out fucking staring at me. And just to give you like a visual on him, he is literally like 6'3". He was wearing a dark navy suit, so he was very easy to point out. Black scruff all over his face. I would say like Italian, beautiful green eyes. Basically, he was a tall glass of water. He looked like very professional and very like authoritative and like dominant. So yeah, we got past the boarding pass and I was ahead of him. So I was like, oh my God, thank God. I like need to get away from this guy. Like he's really cute and everything, but he's making me really uncomfortable. And I'm like trying to like go through to my terminal and like get on my airplane, you know, like I have work to do. And he's just trying to distract me from like getting to my destination, which is LA, to see you guys for VidCon. So I'm waiting in line at security and I'm doing like, they have these like machines now where they like take a picture of you and everything. And when the light on top of the machine is green, you can use it. Whatever, was doing my thing. 2 seconds later, I hear, ma'am, can I use this machine? And I look back and it was like a really deep voice. And I was like, oh my God, if that's him. I turn around, it's him. And he is asking the girl beside me if he can use the machine. Like, is this high school? The woman was like, yeah, of course you can. So she like literally packs up her stuff and walks away. So naturally, being a feminist, I put my hand up. Security, the guy in the navy blue suit just told me he had a bomb. I'm just kidding. Imagine I did that though. So reality, what actually happened was I just looked at him and I was just like, who does that? Like, you just stole a machine that takes a minute to do. You could have just waited for her to be done. And the way that the machines were set up is they were kind of on a diagonal. So now he was like behind me. Like I couldn't see him in my peripheral vision, but I knew that he had taken over that machine. So I was just like, oh my God, now he's probably like staring at me and I don't want to turn around to like make eye contact with him. So like I was just trying to get through my shit. So I walk away with my head down, whatever. I'm just like kind of over this guy because he's being like really, really rude, like to people. Like, do you do that a lot? Do you kick people out of taxis too when they hail them? I'm going through security and I don't see him the entire time. We are on the run from Navy suit. We are making it, girl. We are gonna get on the airplane and never see him again, his rude ass. But then I'm at duty free and I'm just kind of like browsing. I see Navy suit staring at me. On the top, he's like sitting, getting his shoes polished. It wasn't just like I briefly made eye contact. Like it was full, like I turned my head and it was like, poof, like full fucking zooming in to each other. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go talk to him. I'm just gonna go say something, like whatever. He clearly has no reservations staring at me. So I'm gonna go up and be like, what do you want? And I walk directly over to this man and he's still getting his shoes polished, whatever. And when he sees me that I'm like walking for like a beeline right to him, he's gagging, right? Like he was like shuffling in his seat, whatever. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? She's coming over. So the first thing I said, I didn't say hi, nothing. I was like, why do you keep staring at me? I thought that I was being forward, you know what I mean? Like I thought he was gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, whatever. He goes like this, tell me exactly what your definition of staring is. So do you make every single person work when they converse with you? You know, oh, can I have your machine? Yeah, sure, sir, yeah, sure. Can you stop staring at me? Would you give me the definition, please? No, sir, I'm not working for you. So I was like, I would say that staring is looking at someone for more than 3 seconds. So literally that's what I said. He laughed, but I didn't intend for him to laugh. So then he goes, I was simply looking at you. And if I want to look at you for more than 3 seconds, I will. I was like, okay, sorry. So after that, he asked me where I was going. So it turns out he's going to Vegas. So I was like, oh, that's fine, whatever. I'm going to LA. See you later. After that, I left, whatever, I walked away. That was like part one of my story, and I never thought that I would see this guy again, but turns out I did. So I go to LA, and VidCon was a blast. Thank you to everyone who came out. Then, like, I'd say like 5-6 days after VidCon, me and my friend randomly, spontaneously decided that we wanted to go to Vegas. I had never been, so I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited, let's go. We drove there, we got there at like 11:30. So yeah, our night started about like 1 or 2 o'clock just because it took us so long to get ready, and we had driven there spontaneously, whatever, so we didn't have that much time. We hadn't planned. So we go to a few places and we end up at this place called Dre's After Hours. We're all at our table and I see this guy like literally from across the room. Like it was literally like a movie, and Dre's After Hours was like all red. So it was like, we were literally in like hell. So I'm literally dying because I think that it's the guy from the airport, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this cannot be. But I didn't say anything because it was very far away. But he looked the exact same navy suit, same scruff, same slicked back hair. But it was to the point that I was staring at him that my friend asked me who that guy was. And I was like, oh my God, you're gonna think I'm so crazy, but I think that that's someone that I met in Toronto airport. Next time I fucking look over, of course, to the chair, he's not there. So I'm like trying to find him on the other side of the room. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? My friend nudges me in my leg. He is literally standing right there. He puts out his hand and he was like, ladies, can I take your friend, whatever, to my table? So I was like, well, aren't you gonna invite the people that I'm with? And he goes, quick as ever. Like, this guy is so quick. It was like weird. He goes, well, I don't know the people that you're with. I know you. Take my hand. So I'm like, oh my God, take his hand, whatever. Walk with him to his table. And on the walk, he was being like really sweet. He was like, oh, you look beautiful, whatever. Girl, anyways, there's like 4 or 5 guys there dressed exactly like him, and his friends were drunk. They were like being really messy. They had so many bottles in their booth and they were having a good time. Let's just say that. So he pulls me to like the side where he was sitting before, but now I'm like sitting like pretty much on his lap. He was like, oh, what a pleasant turn of events we've had, you in Vegas and stuff. Talking very like, I don't know, like Obi-Wan Kenobi or something. Like very out of order, very profound sounding. I was just like, what? And it turns out 2 of his brothers were actually at the table with him, which made me like think that he was like a lot less sketchy, whatever. I thought that he was like a lone rider before, like kind of like scary, but he was cute. We start talking about how LA was. He says how Vegas was so far. This is his first night out, apparently. I was like, all your friends seem to be having fun. He goes, oh yeah, they're much more partiers than I am. And he admitted, girl, that he wanted to be beside me. That's why he asked her for the machine. But then when he got up close to me, he got nervous. That's what he said. So I just found that like, I don't know, I found that like cute or whatever, but it just like was weird because he seemed like such a strong, authoritative man that it's like you wouldn't think that he would be scared to like talk to someone that he wanted to talk to, you know? I started to find him like kind of charming in this moment, and I was just like, oh my God, this guy's really cute. Maybe fate brought us together like for something else, like a greater purpose, and maybe possibly a relationship, some children. And then I started to feel bad because I was like, oh my God, this guy just like wanted to talk to me or whatever, and I was just thinking that he was like so weird and like whatever at the airport, but that was like a week ago. That was like a lifetime ago. So then I apologized. I was like, okay, well, I'm sorry for coming up to you so rude, like when you were getting your shoes shined, then telling you to stop staring at me because that is rude, whatever. I just felt uncomfortable. He was like, no, I just couldn't stop staring at you for how beautiful you looked, whatever. So just charming the socks off of me. The next thing I know, he's telling me that he is staying in this hotel. He was like, we should go upstairs, we should pour a drink there, get to know each other. It's so loud here. I hate clubs, whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, okay, now I see where this is going. So I let him know. I was like, okay, well, we are not doing anything more. Like, I am literally just gonna go there to talk to you, and my friends are here, and I have 911 on speed dial. He knew that, and he said that he didn't want to either. He went on about this whole spiel about how his intentions with me were greater than just a one-night stand, whatever, all this stuff. And I was just like, okay, good. Well, I'm glad you hold me to a higher standard then, sir. So we walk out of hell into the casino, to the elevators. We go to his room. He opens the door. It's like stunning, like a beautiful, beautiful room. The ceilings are like 30 feet high. The bathroom was ridiculous. You could like see through it. So at this point, I voice memoed a little bit. And I recommend if you are ever in a situation where you feel a little bit sketchy or whatever, put your voice memo on and you'll have it as evidence for later. God forbid this guy's crazy and I need to like defend myself. I will have it at least on evidence so I can put him behind bars so no girl has to go through what I went through with him. If he can't have me, he can't have anyone. So we did exactly what he said he wanted to do, poured me a drink, we started talking, whatever. Then basically everything came crashing down in front of me. He says this, so Gigi, have you ever thought about doing an arrangement? I go, arrangement for what? Room service? Are you hungry? He goes, no, in his profound way of speaking. No, I'm thinking something much more magical. Full just speaking in riddles at this point. I was like, what are you talking about? Why don't you just say what you want to say? Like, an arrangement? What are you talking about? He goes, have you ever had a sugar daddy before? Oh. Then the waters went from a murky kind of like, oh, I can't really see the bottom of the ocean. It's a little bit foggy, to crystal. Mediterranean Sea, clear, honey. I could see all the fucking reefs. I could see all the fucking animals at the bottom of the ocean, honey. Oh, I knew exactly what was going on at that moment.
Okay, so what? You're not down to fuck right now?
I told you that before coming up here.
Why?
Because I'm not like that.
Okay, how much?
It might not be weird to you, but I've never like done that, so that's like just my personality.
Oh my god.
I know, that's what I'm saying, so don't roll your eyes at me. I'm just saying, like, it's like weird to me. I only hook up with guys that I like and I have a connection with, so.
And I want to fuck your brains out. So how much cash do you want me to bring back? I literally put my glass down, stood up away from him, and was like, so what do you take me for exactly? I want to know. I said, don't even open your mouth if you're going to lie to me. He was like, I see you as this young, beautiful, talented woman that deserves the finer things in life, and I can give those to you, whatever. I literally looked at him so disgusted. I was like, I can give myself the finer things in life. I don't need a man, especially for what you want, to pay me so I can have the finer things in life. Basically, I told him, girl, you have the wrong girl and you have officially wasted my time. And I said, I was scared that something odd was gonna happen with you, but I was never thinking this because I've never been disrespected like this in my life. It's so offensive to women all over. Like, I'm not gonna demean myself because you think that I'm cute and you want to own me or whatever. Like, I don't see that as something I would ever want to do to myself. So I basically just left the hotel room and I was furious at that point. I was like, we have to go home. This is ridiculous. Like, this guy just offered me money for sex. Like, this is so fucked up. If this is what Vegas is about, I never want to go back. He was shocked that I didn't want to take his offer, which was a large sum of money. And I wish that I didn't only have audio. I wish that I had video, because you should have seen the look on his face when I was telling him off, girl. I was like, you're disgusting. It's guys like you that make me scared to come to places like this. It's disgusting. And you know, now that it's all said and done, I feel stupid because it's like, duh, that's what he wanted. Duh, that's what he was out to get at first. Like, duh, girl, get a clue. I don't know. Now I'm a lot smarter, I guess, when it comes to those stupid men. So yeah, that was my story time of my first time in Vegas, girl. I can't wait to see what you guys say, and until I see you guys next time, stay gorgeous.